You do not need any fancy sales degrees. You do not need any sort of big personality. And you definitely don't need any sort of experience in sales at all. You just simply need a system. And today, I'm going to show you the system that I use. Look, I know for a fact that sales on the outside looks so intimidating. You probably think you don't have the right personality for it, or you're probably thinking you're not a natural born salesperson, as a lot of people say. And look, I get it. I get it. I was there. I remember being scared, being intimidated when I was training for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I have what it takes to do this. But what I simply want to tell you folks, it's not about being pushy. It's not about being extroverted. It's not. It's about being clear, confident, and knowing what your customer, your client needs. And that's what I'm here to help you with. And now I want to talk about 3 things that will really help you accomplish this. So I want to start with number 1, which is learning to ask great questions. Okay, sales is about curiosity. We need to uncover the problem. It's not about pitching. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to understand and relate and build solutions. So we need to ask open-ended questions like, what are you looking to do? And what do you think the biggest obstacle is for you right now? And then we need to listen. We need to listen. They will tell us everything that we need to know. I feel like a lot of salespeople jump into something immediately and assume. Assuming is the worst thing you can do in sales, because if you're wrong one time about one little thing, you just lost that person's trust because they poured so much into you and you weren't listening. You have to listen. We want to ask as many open-ended questions to build our relationships as possible so we can really dig into this person's finances or this person's problems in life and be their solution for them. And that brings us to our second point, which is learning how to explain value very simply. Okay, and what I mean by that is, remember, the people you're speaking to, your future customers, your clients, they don't do this for a living. They don't know all the jargon. They don't know all the vocabulary. They don't know all the salesy terms. You don't need to talk to them like you talk to your coworkers about these programs or stuff. They're consumers. We want to not confuse them. We want to explain everything as simple as possible. Okay, we don't need to say, oh, this program will do this because this program in blah, 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 blah. They don't care. They don't care. They just want to hear about how this problem that they're having in their life, which they've explained to you because you've asked all those open-ended questions that we just spoke about, they want to know how this problem goes away. Okay, and that's how you're going to explain it to them. You're going to explain it to them like you're talking to someone who doesn't know anything. You're just going to simply explain it. You're not going to confuse them. You're not going to overcomplicate it. You're just going to listen to their problems that we ask about, and then you're going to come up with a solution, and you're going to baby it for them. That's how you're going to explain it. We need to be very simple when we explain things. All right, and number 3, which is so important, is following up. Remember, we just spent an hour on the phone with these people. They are entrusting us to solve all of their problems. So we need to set the expectations and dictate the process. So when we're at the end of our first phone call, we're going to set the time on when we're going to follow up, when we're going to call them. And we need to be able to hit that on the mark. These people get off the phone, our clients, our customers, and they're immediately like, all right, I can finally relax. Jacob got my back. Jacob can do it for me. Perfect. I can't wait to talk to Jacob again. Let me get everything that he needs, the documents or this or that. Let me get them all together because I'm expecting this call in 30 minutes. They're going to time their day around your call. Oh, well, I was going to go do something in 20 minutes, but that's going to take too much time because Jacob's going to call me in 30, so I'm going to reschedule that. These people are moving their days around based upon what you said you were going to call them. The last thing you want to do is not follow up. We need to follow up. I see it so many times, especially over weekends or off hours when you say you'll call them and then you get home and then you just never do it. And I've been there, done that. When I was newer, I was very, very lazy when it came to these things because I thought, oh, well, there's just another person. You know what I mean? It's just not right. It's not right to do. We spent so much time. They've spent so much time with us. We spent so much time with them. It's only right to commit to what we're going to say. And we need to dictate the process so from A to Z, they know what to expect from us. We can be true professionals and we'll never lose their trust. Because if we don't call when we say they're going to call or when we say that we're going to call, someone else is going to call them and someone else is going to snag them. And then they're not going to trust you when you actually call them because you ditched them and they just planned everything around their day around you and now you didn't call. So that's just a very easy, simple mistake that we can fix right then and there. We want to dictate the process. We want to tell them when we call and we make it a priority. If it's during lunch, so be it. If it's during your off hours, so be it. It could be a difference between a deal or no deal. And I like deals, so we're going to get it done. So yeah, if you're brand new to sales, it's not about talking salesy or being slick. It's really just about asking the right questions, understanding people, and communicating very clearly. And if you can do that, you're already way ahead of the game. Also, if this video helped you, please hit the subscribe button. I got more videos on overcoming objections, building confidence, and actually enjoy selling in the very near future.